It should be really dark then.
Todd, can you just address the challenge of Dallas and all the firepower they have defensively?
Well, they do have firepower. They can skate. Their skill has some size. They get a lot from the back end, and they're obviously extremely confident when it comes to offense. So I was looking at their some of their scores. I think they've only played 5 games all year where they've scored 2 or fewer goals. So they're almost counting on scoring in that 3 to 4 range. So you don't stop Dallas, you try and limit them, and we'll have to be puck sound, positionally sound. We'll need to play a very smart game to have a chance at success. And with that said, maybe we can create some situations where they make mistakes offensively and we can take advantage of them.
So then if you're going to say you're fairly sure there were 3 goals most nights, is your coaching philosophy to go out and try to score 4?
Well, I don't. Numbers say that they have the ability to score 3 or 4 a night. You know, we were overwhelmed in Dallas early in the year with their speed and their transition. Yet near the end of the game, we looked up and there were still 2 on the board. That night we got into a track meet with them, and it certainly didn't favor us. So to think that we're going to open things up and try and shoot for 4 or 5, I don't think is a game plan that's going to get it done for right now for any team in the league. You're going to have to defend well, check well, and then take advantage of any opportunities that you get.
Do you anticipate any lineup changes tonight?
Forward-wise, no. Back end, we'll see how Davey is progressing. I think he might be a little bit more Sunday than he is tonight, but we'll make some decisions once they get off the ice today.
Back-to-back wins have been tough to come by for your team. Is there something mentally in there? Are they a little too loose after a win? Are they patting themselves on the back? Like, what is it about maybe the attitude heading into that game after a win?
I haven't noticed a change in the attitude. I would definitely not say that we're riding high or overconfident or anything like that. That doesn't exist. Sometimes your opponent throws different challenges at you. We're not a team that has put a long string of wins together. So we're not getting ahead of ourselves. We're not getting arrogant or cocky by any means. It's the opponent. It's how we play that given night, mistakes we make, errors we force on the other team that dictates the score. I don't think it has anything to do with comfort by any means.
Jujhar Khaira, I don't know if you knew much about him or anything when you showed up here.
When I showed up.
When you called him up.
Well, I knew from exhibition season, from training camp, that he had a fairly he had a good awareness of how to use his size. It was whether he could use that size at a pace that was going to be effective, and he's shown that he can. I think there's more in his game as we move forward. He's just still trying to get his feet wet. He's excited about being here. But positionally, he's been in the right spot many times. And when the puck is around him, he's bigger, he's stronger. Recall a moment, I think, in Pittsburgh where I don't think he was looking to finish a check and somebody bounced off of him. It's nice to have that heaviness.
So if his body type is surely what this organization needs, a big, strong depth player that can...
That would be accurate, yep.
When do you get to the point where he's better off here being coached by you and being in the system right here in Edmonton than continuing to develop somewhere else?
Well, we have really good staff in the American League. They're very good at what they do. We believe in them as well, and they take our ideas and our approach and apply them down there. If our group here in Edmonton can reward JJ with 7 minutes a night, and their staff down there can reward JJ with 18 minutes a night, we have to weigh what's best for the individual. The team always comes first, but what's best for the individual. Right now, he's earned the right to stay here. Right now, we're beat up like crazy with forwards. I hope that he pushes so hard that we don't consider sending him back. But we've got some time to make those decisions because of injuries.
What are you seeing with Nilsson right now, just in his confidence?
High confidence level, big, challenging. Team feels good about him. played against this team last time we were in that building and was exceptional. You might review the goals and say, well, they scored from the corner. Yeah, they got one by him like that, but the other 48 saves he made or whatever it was he was very sharp. And I think our group feels good about him right now, as he does himself.
Sorry, Bob. One more.
Were you choking or trying to get a question in?
Just going to get a refill.
It's breakfast.
With Leon, I mean, the numbers aren't quite where they were obviously when he was super hot. What would you say about the quality of his play with the points not coming compared to when they were, what you're seeing?
Well, Leon was a phenom when he entered the NHL again from the American League. To put up those type of numbers, I don't know what he would be pushing, Gretzky type numbers or Lemieux. Maybe I'm exaggerating it a little bit, but that was great for us, great for him. But it was a little bit of fantasy world. He's come back down to what any 19 or 20-year-old would have. In fact, I think he's better than a lot of them. But he's created, and when you're the opposition, you look at our team. We've got to get a couple other lines up and running so that the pressure's off of that group. Chara did everything he could to make sure he was on the ice the other night against Leon. And that's just the way it's going to be when you scored like he did and Halsey was playing the way he was. So that's the challenge he faces 50 games into his National Hockey League career.